Yeah, man, it's my first live. Big Boss K poked through the door. Your boy in here doing this little work. I'm gonna let a few of y'all get in here, man, and then we're gonna get it cracking. Your boy just here, man, doing his homework, man. Let's see if a couple people get in here. You know what I mean? We're gonna let it simmer real quick. We're gonna let that mud simmer real quick, man. We got one person in here. What's good, man? What's up with y'all boys? We talking about Bud Crawford energy, man. You know, this the first live on the Boss Hog channel, man. You know your boy trying to be studious, trying to do this work, but while I'm taking a little break, we're gonna talk boxing real quick, man. So as y'all see, I dropped the videos coming out. Bud Crawford, you know, he was interviewed by Fight Hype, and he was talking about he was asked about the Errol Spence fight, and he was asked about Virgil Ortiz fight and all that, but dude don't seem hungry enough to make this fight. Yeah, man. Uh, his energy seemed off to me, bro. I mean, that's just how I could put it. The reason why I said that is because when he was asked about the Spence fight, and you know when the reporter asked him if the fight doesn't get made, would you or were you willing to fight somebody else? And he was like, yeah. And I feel like, bro, based off of what he was saying in the past, he should be saying, ain't no if. When this fight gets made. You know what I mean? When this fight against Errol Spence gets made. I'm not worried about nobody else but Errol. That should be his energy. Because before that, Bud was saying Errol Spence is ducking. Before that, Bud was saying that he's the best welterweight, and he's this and he's that, and everybody was believing this, and he still got people believing all this stuff about his resume. He fought better competition and all this stuff. He got this little cult following, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool. It's cool for him. I ain't hating on that. But the fact of the matter is, the facts are you haven't fought the top competition. The facts are that Errol Spence is not ducking you. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got to keep it 1,000. We have to keep it 1,000, man. Errol Spence has fought better competition. Errol Spence has done the heavier lifting. This doesn't take away from Bud Crawford as a fighter. We're not sitting here saying that Bud Crawford sucked. We just sitting here saying, bro, like, Errol Spence is better than you at 147. That's just what it is. Based off the competition, based off the different styles that he's fought. But as it pertains to now that Errol Spence is locked in, focused on Bud Crawford, I don't see him in the ocean talking about where your whole ass at. I don't hear Bernie calling Errol Spence out his name. I don't hear that no more. And it's crazy to me. But you got these Bud Bunnies sitting here still holding on to those fictitious fallacies. This is stuff I'm talking about, man. But then they want to call you a fanboy when you point out the facts. And you sit there and say, hey, look, Bud Crawford has not lived up to this. Bud Crawford has not lived up to that as it pertains to being compared to Errol Spence. Then there's, oh, you are Errol sexual. Is that what that's what they call it? It's crazy to me, bro. You know, you can't even talk boxing no more. But I just think it's funny, man, that like they continue to discredit Errol Spence but uplift Bud Crawford. And there's nothing wrong with believing in Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is a great fighter. Bud Crawford, let me tell you something. Bud Crawford's a skillful fighter. He's a great fighter. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and shit on Errol Spence to uplift Bud Crawford. We could uplift both of them. But when you compare the two at that weight class, at 147, Errol Spence is the more accomplished fighter. Period. But the title of this video is Bud Energy Off, right? In which I talked about an interview today where Bud Crawford just seemed like he ain't really just too interested in the Errol Spence fight no more. He's like, well, I mean, if it happens. No, when it happens. That needs to be his energy. When it happens. When it happens, I'm going to do this to Errol Spence. That needs to be his energy. That needs to be Bud Crawford's energy. When this fight happens, not what if it happened, I'm going to go fight Vergil Ortiz. For what? What do you fight Vergil Ortiz for? Why? We already know what's going to happen to Vergil Ortiz. Bud going to beat the piñatas out that boy. We already know what that is. We already know. We know what's going to happen to Cuz. But, and I feel like if this fight don't happen between him and Errol, it's going to be a blemish on his record, in my opinion. That's just what it is. I feel like it's going to be a blemish on him. I feel like, because, let me keep it a stack. And I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. And y'all know me, I keep it like this on my channel. If Errol Spence was the cause of this fight not happening, Bernie will be talking about it. Bomac will be talking about it. Anybody who's a diehard fan of Terence Crawford or in Terence Crawford's circle will be talking about it right now. They will be blasting that stuff all over YouTube, all over social media. It's Errol Spence. It's been crickets. Why is that? Why has it been so quiet? Now, in my opinion, from what I see, based off of, I'm looking at body language, it's Bud. I don't know how truthful this is. I'm not sitting here saying this is the truth, but in my opinion, I'm looking at actions. It's Bud. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking at actions. Actions speak louder than words. It's him. He's the cause of why this fight not happening. Now, like I said, that's a speculation. That's my opinion. There's no proof. I don't know nothing as far as like negotiation. I don't know. But I'm looking at his energy. I'm looking at his actions. And it's him. It's him holding up this fight. Me personally, I think it's more of a control thing. Bud is an ego guy. He's in love with ego. He want to be in control. So he looking at, well, I can't control where we fight at. I can't control the money. Well, I'm gonna just hold up as far as, you know, the fight getting signed. That's what I think. And it's ludicrous. You wanted this fight. If I recall, when Errol Spence was focused on Ugas, Bud Crawford was in the ocean looking for Errol. Bud Crawford was spreading that Errol Spence was ducking. Bud Crawford was saying nobody on PBC want to fight him. He was spreading that. Like diarrhea. That boy, him, Bernie, that's how Bernie became famous. Bernie took Bud's phone in the gym and started talking reckless at the mouth about Errol Spence and anybody on PBC. That's what they did. So when Errol Spence beat the brakes off Ugas and said, I want to fight Terence Crawford, because he gave y'all what y'all Bud Bunnies for, because y'all Bud Bunnies said Errol Spence didn't want to fight Bud Crawford because he didn't call him out. So Errol called Bud out. We not sitting here saying, brother, that we doubting Bud Crawford. You've never heard, and people who watch my videos understand. You've never heard me on my channel on any video say that Bud Crawford can't win this fight. You never heard me say that. I give pros and cons to each fighter. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is, in my opinion, I feel like, based off the styles, Bud will lose to Errol Spence. But nobody's sleeping on Bud. Nobody said, this is not, see, we're not here to bash anybody. We're not here to say that anybody's a trash fighter. We're not here to say that anybody, you know what I'm saying? We just pointing out the inconsistencies in Bud Crawford's statements. Appreciate that, much respect. We just talking about the inconsistencies in his statements. For example, let's go off of this. He said Errol Spence was ducking, right? Then you have people making YouTube channels, Bud Crawford ducking. I mean, Errol Spence is ducking, excuse me. Errol Spence is ducking. People's making YouTube channels, part 30, part 40, Errol Spence is ducking. And then he come out with another YouTube video saying Errol Spence is not ducking me. I believe he wants to fight. Huh? If I'm a Bud buddy right there, that eliminates me even listening to you no more. You get what I'm saying? He too all over the place. He up and down. Because around that time last year when Errol Spence was focused on cleaning out his side of the street, one moment Errol ducking. Next moment Errol not ducking. One moment, hey, I want to fight. One moment, I don't want to fight no more. I'm not thinking about him. One moment, I want the Errol fight. The next moment, I don't need Errol Spence. There's a lot of inconsistencies in his statements. He did say that, P. He said that. So that's all I'm saying at the end of the day. Like, Bud has a track record of being inconsistent. Okay? A track record of being inconsistent. And it's showing again. It's showing again. If the Errol Spence fight don't get made, I would love to fight Virgil Ortiz. Even then, when he was talking about Jermell Charlo, which in my opinion, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. He needs to stay away from Jermell Charlo. Even, let's say Bud beat Errol Spence, he needs to retire. If he go to 154 and try to fight Jermell Charlo, I'm telling you, that boy, I'm telling you, Bud going to be laying on his back looking at the ceiling. Jermell Charlo knocking out dudes that's bigger than him at 154. What you think he going to do to Terrence Crawford? Exactly. All I'm saying is, Jermell body bag him and toe tag him. That's just what it is. I don't see him going up to 154 and beating at Jermell Charlo. He may be able to win get some other fighters. You know what I mean? But that power is real up there with Charlo. He ain't afraid to let them hands go. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. He already fought a fighter who kind of fights like Crawford and Tony Harrison. Okay, not saying they the exact same fighter. Okay, Tony Harrison is not Terrence Crawford. So I don't want y'all to get misconstrued, but I'm just saying the style, as far as the boxing style. Terrence Crawford and Tony Harrison got a similar skill set. You know what I mean? But, and Jermell Charlo overcame that. You think if Jermell Charlo got in the ring with Terrence Crawford, that Jermell Charlo gonna be confused about anything that Terrence Crawford is doing? I'm telling you, it's not good, bro. So he don't, but we don't even need to be talking about that. Although he brought it up and mentioned it, exactly. Although he mentioned Charlo and we talking about that, I feel like it's one of those things where, he need to focus on Spence. Period. You that's the fight you wanted. That's the fight you said you need or whatever, and then you say you don't need, whatever the case is. This fight decides who is the true number one welterweight at 147. Period. Hey, great point. And look, I'll break it down again on the live. On the reason why I feel like Errol Spence would beat Terrence Crawford. For starters, you got to fight like Errol Spence. I ain't think about that. Castano? Yeah, Castano a live dog. You right. But he's not trying to fight them. He trying to go straight to the top. He want to fight Spence, and then if he beats Spence, go to Charlo. But this is the reason why I feel like Errol Spence will beat Terrence Crawford, okay? And y'all hear me out, all right? And if y'all got input, put it in the comment section, man. And we can talk boxing. On my channel, man, we talk boxing. We can debate, we can talk whatever. It's cool. I feel like, for starters, Errol Spence got a strong jab, okay? So, and Errol Spence throws a lot of jabs, and he does everything off the jab. Yeah, that's true. I do remember your comment from earlier. So Errol Spence does everything off the jab. I don't think Crawford has fought a fighter who throws as many jabs and who's a fast starter like Spence. So Spence does everything off the jab, okay? So he pumping that jab in your face over and over and over again, okay? So then he pump the jab and then go to the body and start working to the body, applying pressure, backing you up into the corner, okay? Bud is older, and as y'all can see, Bud is not as agile as he used to be, right? He kind of stands in front of guys. He kind of tries to use lines and angles to use his speed and quickness more too, but he doesn't move like he used to too much, right? So against a fighter like Errol, who keeps that jab in his face, Bud will have to either catch and shoot, which is catch the jab and throw something, or he gonna have to turn back the hands of time and be that Bud Crawford that fought against Victor Postal and Gamble, which I don't see that happen. So I'm saying is, the issue that I see in this fight is the jab. I do not see exactly. I don't see Terrence Crawford having an answer for that punch, because Errol Spence throws a lot of jabs. That's just what it is. He throws a lot of jabs and he goes to your body. What happens when you start getting punched to your stomach repeatedly? You get more tired, right? So now you get more tired. So then Errol Spence, he's going to your body. Now he got you, and I'm talking to my boxers here, people who've been in that ring before. When you get more tired, I didn't think about that. That's I gotta watch Danny though. I gotta watch his defense. You know what I mean? Like, I watched him, but I had to. Now that I think about it, I didn't think about that. That's. Hey man, you on to something there. Danny Dude got some underrated defense. It could be better than Bud. Bud be getting touched. But back what I was saying, when you get hit to your body, you get tired. So now you're tired, and now you're fighting off emotion and off grit. And that's the wrong place you want to fight Errol Spence off of. And that's why I feel like Errol Spence is going to get Bud to do it. Because Bud, he gets his emotions involved when he fights. And as a boxer, that's the wrong thing to do. You get what I mean? You in that ring, you fighting off emotion. And Bud do this in every fight. He get hit with something hard, bang the game plan. Now he want to fight. Now he want to kill you. So then he trying to kill Errol. And next thing you know, Errol catch him. Now he hurt. But he's still trying to fight off emotion and grit. And then he gonna get stopped. I told y'all, the best way for Bud to beat Errol Spence is to outbox him. That's it. That's the blueprint he needs to beat Errol Spence. And I don't know how successful he gonna be in that because Errol Spence can box. Y'all forget he is an Olympian. You know what I mean? Errol Spence was an Olympian. So he can box. You saw that in the Mikey Garcia fight. You know what I mean? But a lot of y'all want to try to hold that against him because he coming forward and he punishing these other fighters. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I'm fighting a dude and he don't like pressure, why would I start boxing him? If I know his weakness is pressure. Now, I think in this fight, Errol Spence is going to show that boxing side as well. What's up, D-Town? What's good? Hey, y'all go subscribe to D-Town Boxing, man. That boy, I told you, man, that boy done passed me up, man. He doing his thing, man. He got great content, great subject matter. He doing his thing, man. Y'all go subscribe to him for real. I know he from Dallas. H-Town to D-Town. It's all Texas, man. It's all love. That's what I'm on, man. It's all Texas. And really, man, it's all love everywhere. But as far as Texas, man, like, we all united. You know what I mean? It's all love. But that's what I feel. I feel like Bud, in order for Bud to beat Errol Spence, he has to outbox him. That's just the only way I see him beating him is using lateral movement, making them miss, making them pay type thing. I don't see Bud Crawford coming in there standing in front of Errol. I just don't see that happening. That's a recipe for disaster. If he stand in front of Errol Spence, it's going to be a short night. I stand on that. I don't care. If he stands in the middle of that ring with Errol Spence, he getting stopped. Bud got to be smart in this fight. Period. That's just what it is. He has to be smart. That's just what it is. But to get back on topic, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about Bud Crawford energy? You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here taking a break from this homework. You know, boy, gotta do this homework. What do y'all think about his energy? You know what I mean? Like, let me get y'all feedback on this. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple of y'all. I know Pete and told me. He say Bud's scared. I don't think he's scared. I just think he's trying to control everything. I think he's trying to control the situation. I wouldn't say he's afraid. I'm going to say he just trying to play these little mind games. You know what I'm saying? That's what Bud do. Bud, she was going to be smoking. What's good with your 600 said? Rinky Wright 2.0. I mean, my viewpoint, like I said, I think that Bud is trying to, he just trying to play these little mind games. He just trying to play these mind games. And I think part of him is second guessing the fight because he didn't think that Errol Spence would be this gung-ho about it, by making this fight happen. I didn't think he believed that Errol Spence, you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, in his head, he's made up in his head that no fighter want to fight him and everybody's scared of him. You know what I mean? Which I don't see how you could be scared of Bud Crawford. I mean, he's a great fighter. He's showing a lot of great skill, but who he beat? I don't want to hear no Gamboa. Who he beat? Name me a welterweight or any elite fighter at any other weight class. You'd be like, damn, man, he did that. Who he beat? That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, you can look at Errol Spence and you can look at who he fought and you can see concrete proof that, hey, man, Errol Spence fought Kell Brook, who was a bigger welterweight than him. Okay? People don't realize Kell Brook was bigger than Errol Spence. He fought a bigger welterweight who has skill, who was a champion, you know what I mean? Who was at home fighting in front of his home country or whatever, and Errol went over there and took his belt. Broke that boy eye and took his belt. You know how much grit you gotta have to go to somebody else's country and take their belt from, and not only beat them, stop them in front of, make him quit. He made that boy quit. Ice cream and shit. Exactly. But it's just like Bud is getting, and don't get it twisted. Nobody's saying that Bud shouldn't get praise. We just sitting here saying that don't act like Errol Spence ain't did nothing. That's all I'm saying. Y'all act like Errol Spence ain't did absolutely nothing, and Bud and look, bro. To keep it 1,000, Bud's run at 140 was not tougher than Josh Taylor's. Josh Taylor had to go through Prograde. Josh Taylor had to go through Ramirez. He had to fight. Those are tougher fights. You know what I'm saying? Those are tougher fights than Bud. Bud fought who? Ndongo. Where the hell Ndongo? Ndongo from Africa. He was fighting in Africa against lions and cheetahs and shit. Like, bro, like, nobody knew who Ndongo was until that night. And then Ndongo had like 2 belts. I don't think he fought in America prior to that. He was fighting in Europe and Africa and all of it. And then he came over here and fought Bud. Victor Postal, right? Victor Postal at the time. Nobody really know who Victor Postal was. Exactly. I'm going to get to that in a minute. So all I'm saying is that these Bud Crawford, these Bud buddies who try to use Bud's previous accolades to justify for Bud, it's crazy. Exactly. It's smoke and mirrors, bro. They here to cause confusion. That's all it is. And look, nobody is sitting here saying that Bud Crawford is a horrible fighter. Nobody's saying that he's trash. None of that stuff. And I have to keep saying that because, you know, these Bud bunnies, they're emotional. But he ain't did nothing. At 147, what did he do? Jeff Horn. Everybody knew before. Look, let me tell you something. When Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao, which they gave that fight to Jeff Horn, right? When Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao, everybody was wanting to fight Jeff Horn. Errol Spence tweeted food. Everybody wanted to fight that boy. Okay? Terence Crawford gets granted the fight. In which, truth be told, Terence Crawford could have went the IBF route and became a mandatory for Errol Spence. Yeah, Errol was. But all I'm saying is at the end of the day, Bud fights Horn, beats him. Much love to you too, man. Appreciate you for coming to check out the video, bro. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, like, Bud fought Horn. We knew he was going to beat Horn. Bud fought Benavidez. It was entertaining because there was some beef there, right? Bud said this famous line that I like. He told that boy, focus on your fight for you not make it to your fight. That was the most gangster stuff. I was like, oh, okay. I like that energy, right? Then they fight. I mean, truth be told, Benavidez was giving him some work. Benavidez was giving them hands until that last round when Bud finally stopped him. Then here come Mean Machine. Bud stubbornly was fighting in another stance. Yeah. He was stubbornly staying in Southpaw and was getting taxed. Getting taxed. get knocked down. They ain't counted as a knockdown, but he got knocked down, got up, and he stopped. Mean Machine. Fight Amir Khan. Amir Khan quit. Right? Then he go fight Kell Brook. Kell Brook, that was a washed up Kell Brook. You wanna know how he was washed up? Because Bomac at the press conference, who was Amir Khan's trainer when Amir Khan was going to fight Kell Brook, said, hey, Kell Brook was a shock fighter when we fought him. That's why we fought him, because he was a shock fighter. You see how they telling themselves? They be talking so much they don't realize what they saying. They hype Kell Brook up to be, oh, he's back, and all this other stuff, and then boom. He gets stopped. Get stopped. That's it. Shake hands, everything good. Nah, bro, like. But let's keep going. Fights Kell Brook, right? After Kell Brook, who was it? Who did he fight after Kell Brook? It was Sean Porter. I believe it was Sean Porter after he fought Kell Brook. Fought Sean Porter. Sean Porter had to go talk to him to be like, hey, is it okay that we fight? Y'all remember that. But they didn't really want to fight that man, bro. They fought. Sean Porter dad threw in the towel, which I don't feel like he should have, but whatever. And now Bud left Top Rank, and then he ain't fought since then. If Bud, look, when this Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight gets made, it's gonna be, and they probably, if they do fight, it'll probably be November, December. Bud would have been out of the ring a year. He had ample enough time to take a fight beginning of this year. You know what I mean? He could have fought somebody. Keith Thurman, whatever. Could have fought somebody. He's been preserving himself for the Errol Spence fight. That's another thing I'm talking about. He's been preserving himself. They not fooling nobody. Damn. That's what I'm saying. See, in that Mean Machine fight, you say he was inactive. That was by design. See, they put him in there with these fighters who be inactive so he can look invincible. That's kind of like what they do with Canelo. They put him in there with these fighters and be like, fight him. They don't want to take no risks. Errol's taking risks. I don't understand how you can hate on Errol Spence. I just don't. It said, I feel like Sean wanted to be friends so bad with Bud. He didn't bring the same energy that he did with EJ. His body language in the fight was like, I don't want to be here. Exactly. At the press conference, that's a great point. The Sean Porter fight, and there's something I didn't say in videos. At the Sean Porter press conference, when they announced the fight, they dapping up before the fight. You know what I mean? Every press conference, they shaking hands, they doing face-offs, they smiling, like, they cool. Everything was cool. There was no aggressiveness. But when Sean Porter's gonna fight Errol, man, he was ready. This nigga Sean Porter went and got another Hall of Fame coach to be in his corner to prepare for Errol Spence. He went and got another coach to be in his corner. And Barry Hunter. He went and got Barry Hunter to help him for the fight against Errol Spence. This is facts. So all I'm saying, bro, at the end of the day, when you look at both of these dudes, you look at resumes, you look at numbers as far as ticket sales, pay-per-views, you look at the degree of difficulty between both fighters, you see the skill in Errol Spence. You see the skill in Terence Crawford. But when you look at fights and everything, Errol Spence has done more. Errol Spence is the better fighter. Facts. What's good, Sean T? Much respect, bro. So all I'm saying, man, at the end of the day, when you look at the totality of the circumstances, Errol Spence should be getting more respect, but he continues to get disrespected by everybody. And that's why you have a group of people like myself, like the big boxing channels, some of them, who are taking up for Errol Spence. I get it if Errol Spence ain't done the stuff he's done and we making up stuff. But the dude is fighting killers. And then when he's fighting these guys, he giving us a show. He punishing, he whooping their ass. He whooping their ass. He ain't just barely beating me. You know what I'm saying? He whooping their ass. They not coming out the same. What's good, man? Much respect to you. What's up with you, King Jr.? What's good, bro? That's all I'm saying. He whooping their ass. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. They don't like PBC fighters because of the fact that Al Haymon has put them in a position where they can be in control of their careers. Think about how much money they're making. Look at Errol Spence. He got his own promotional company. He got Frank Martin as his fighter. Frank Martin whooping people ass too. So when you look at PBC as a brand and what they doing stuff the right way. You got Golden Boy. For example, if Virgil Ortiz, let's just say hypothetically, Virgil Ortiz had the WBO belt. Do you think Golden Boy gonna put Virgil Ortiz? What's good, George? You think Virgil Ortiz they gonna put Virgil Ortiz in there with any other PBC fighter? Let's say Boots Ennis. Yeah, hit that like button. Let's say Boots Ennis had 3 belts and Virgil Ortiz had 1 belt. Golden Boy ain't sending that damn boy over there. Because they're a company that play games. You know what I mean? Top Rank, same thing. Exactly. Al Haymon puts his fighters in position to be successful, but also Al Haymon does good business to where he does what's best for the company. Think about all the top fights that he got. All his fighters at welterweight had Dana, all of them had fought each other. Keith Thurman fought Danny and Sean Porter. Sean Porter fought Danny, Keith Thurman, Ugas, and Errol. When Pacquiao came to PBC, who did he fight? Keith Thurman, Broner. He was finna fight Errol. He fought Ugas. You think if Pac-Man was still on Top Rank, he'll fight like that? No. Pac-Man be fighting Jose Iglesias and Ramirez, who we don't know, who was 21 or 40 and 0, and he never fought in America, but he fought in Mexico. And they're going to put him in there and build and make him seem like, oh, yeah, Pac-Man fighting another great fighter. No. What's good, Slime Season? So that's all I'm saying. Hey, y'all hit that like button for me. So all I'm saying is at the end of the day, like, the reason why Errol Spence get the hate is for another reason. He got endorsed by Floyd Mayweather. Y'all remember, Floyd Mayweather endorsed Errol Spence. This was back in, 2014? When Keith Thurman wanted to fight Mayweather, and Mayweather said, nah, fight Errol Spence. You beat him, I'll fight you. Y'all remember that? Who's the most hated boxer of all time? Floyd Money Mayweather. Anybody endorsed by Floyd Mayweather. Look at Tank. They don't like Tank. You got people hating on Tank just because he's endorsed by Floyd Mayweather. But they put on a show. Wilder. People hate Wilder. Why? PBC, Al Heyman. What's good, brother? So all I'm saying is at the end of the day, man, to tie back to the topic, we talking about Bud Crawford energy ain't the same. Why do y'all feel like his energy ain't the same? I mean, I've been on here for 40 minutes just talking about different stuff and addressing everything. But Bud and his team, it ain't been the same, bro. They ain't, where's that? Where your whole ass at? Where's that? Where's that? Where is that? Where your whole ass at? And I'm in the ocean looking for you. I'm looking for the big fish. Where's that energy at? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm referring to is where is that energy at? I don't understand what the change, you know what I mean, in energy. What's good, Joey? I agree with that. I do think the Ugas, I didn't think they thought that he was going to dismantle Ugas like that. Because when you hear, you go back and listen to how Bomac spoke of Ugas. He talked about Ugas as being a killer. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, Errol destroyed Ugas like that. You know what I mean? Hope Aaron Bud career, I ain't gonna lie, he been doing all that capping about the fight, but really don't want the fight because he knew he would lose to Errol, just my opinion. He talking about he don't need him right now, but it's all the family area, but who has he fought really tough? I agree with all of y'all. I think, like I told you, I don't think Bud is afraid of Errol. I don't think Errol afraid of Bud. I look at it as Bud and them envisioned Errol Spence to be a one-dimensional fighter, and they saw another version of him in the Ugas fight. That's what I think. That's what I think. Exactly, D-Time Boxing. I think after the Ugas fight, he was like, what the fuck? That's what I think. I don't think he thought Errol Spence can level up like that. And Errol Spence took his game to a whole nother level, which I think Errol Spence can keep rising. Because I don't feel like Errol Spence has shown everything in his arsenal. Y'all, I keep telling y'all forget that Errol Spence was an Olympian. Exactly. Y'all forget that Errol Spence was an Olympian. Errol Spence can box. Errol Spence is a complete fighter. I'm telling you that. And then, most importantly, he has a Hall of Famer coach. Because I'm speaking into existence. Derek James is going to be in the Hall of Fame one day as a coach. That's just what it is. The stuff he's ever, he's a teacher, bro. Like, he literally, you see his fighters get better. Think about how Jermell Charlo was when he first got him. Okay? And I know we're getting off topic, but let's talk about this real quick. When he started being the coach of Jermell Charlo, right? And Jermell Charlo had that first fight, I guess for that WBC belt. Jermell Charlo was getting his ass whooped. We just gonna keep it real. I know that's my fellow Houstonian, you know what I'm saying? But he was getting hands put on him by Jackson, that fight. And then he just landed that shot, hurt that boy, and stopped him, and he got that belt. Right? And then it was up from there. You know what I mean? But he kept developing Jermell Charlo. He just kept getting better and better and better. He hit a little low point because he wasn't listening to Derek James. But then, boom, undisputed at 154. Then you got Bomac, who only fighter he has is Terence Crawford that's winning. Everybody else he coaches, they lose. Why is that? I don't know. You know what I mean? But it draws. Is it the coaching or is it the fighter? But when Derrick James coaches his fighters, they win. Frank Martin winning. Errol Spence winning. Jermell Charlo winning. And that's just what it is. I do agree with that. I agree with your comment. I mean, I can see that. I can see that, you know. Bud gonna have to fight. That's just what it is. Ain't gonna be no smooth sailing for him in this fight. He gonna have to fight. You know what I mean? He gonna have to fight Errol. He know that. He know he gonna have to fight Errol. That's a good point, King Jr. It's last season. I am. I'm gonna start going live more. But that's a good point. Why Bud build all this muscle up when he gonna have to go back down to 147? Now, me personally, I feel like that's a bad idea for him because some of his best attributes is him being quick, right? They say he's the faster fighter, he's quicker, he's the better combination puncher. If he's putting on all this muscle, that takes away from his quickness, right? So if his best attribute is to get in, get out, use lateral movement, make Errol miss, make him pay, why would you build on muscle to slow yourself down? You make yourself an easy target. You can put on as much muscle as you want to. You can't put muscle on that chin. I said that in one of the videos. You can't put muscle on that chin, bro. And although you put on muscle, you still can get hurt to your body. You know what I'm saying? You can put on muscle all you want to. It's going to slow you down, and they're going to start going to your body, breaking you down. Next thing you know, you land on the ground looking at Bomac throwing in that towel. That's what it is. And I'm telling you, this is why I think Bud put on muscle. He's trying to prepare for that body attack, which y'all pointed out. But I also feel Bud ego like, man, I'm going to show him I'm the stronger, bigger fighter. I'm going to show him I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm going to start going live more. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, Bud ego gonna get in the way. That's what it is. He did that in the Jeff Horn fight. If y'all go watch the Jeff Horn fight, he picked up Jeff Horn and threw him around. And even before the fight, he was like, I'm strong too. You know, I can do this too. He's too competitive. Bud gonna try to get in there and he gonna get hit with some shit and then he gonna wanna, I'm gonna get my lick back. You can't do that against Errol Spence. You can do that against Lean Machine, Green Machine, Blue Machine, Orange Machine. You can do that with him. You can't do that against Errol. You can't do that against Errol. I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to get in there against Errol Spence and be able to go toe-to-toe with Buddy. Because what's going to happen is you're going to try to go toe-to-toe with him, and next thing you know, he's going to hit you some body shots. Now your legs gone. Now you gasping for air. Now you trying to fight off emotion and grit, and you're going to get stopped. Period. You're going to be looking up at the sky and seeing Errol Spence running around the ring, beating his chest, talking about man down. Why go through that, bro? But I'm telling you, that's what he going to do. And that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to say something that maybe confrontational. Bud been out the ring for if when they sign this fight, most likely they're gonna fight November, December. He'll been out the ring a year, right? He should be the fresher fighter because he's been out of the ring. He should. I'm gonna ask you a question in a minute, Hutcho. Hold up. He should be the fresher fighter because he been out the ring. Now there's cons to that ring rush. You ain't been fighting. You know what I mean? Yeah, he been in the gym training and sparring, but he ain't been going hard like a training camp mode. He probably just been, I'm gonna work out 3-4 times a week, you know what I mean, just to be in some type of shape, you know, but that's it. Not training camp mode where you working out 2 times a day and all that. He ain't in that mode. You know what I'm saying? So Bud should be the fresher fighter. So he coming into this fight as far as health wise with an advantage. Errol Spence and fought Ugas. He coming off an eye injury. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. Although Errol beat the shit out of Ugas, he's still coming off of a tough fight. That's just what it is, bro. Nah. I don't think he should have took another fight. What he say? Yeah, but Errol really don't hurt this man. Like El said, kill or be killed. This Bud buying more time just to train more fundamentals, not where he will maybe to bulk up a little. I think Bud is starting the fight because he want to. I don't think he's starting. I think Bud 100% in his skills. I do believe it. What's good? I do believe Bud believes in his skills. I just think Bud just doing his ego, his typical ego self. I want to be in control. Well, this is the thing. A lot of us we know Bomac because he's the vocal one. Yeah, man, y'all get them likes up, man. Well, 2 likes. Come on, man. It's like 30 people in here. Let's hit this like button, man. Come on, man. Let's hit this like button. But a lot of people, we talk about Bomac because Bomac's the more vocal coach, but he got them other coaches in his corner. You know what I mean? He got them other coaches in his corner. And that might be a bad idea in a fight like this against Errol, having too many voices in your ear. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, we got 35 people in here. We should have 35 likes. Let's do this, man. So all I'm saying is at the end of the day is that more of the story, Bud should be winning this fight. It should be a no-brainer for him to sign this fight. You asked for it, it should be a cakewalk. You should, soon as Errol Spence called you out, whatever day, that Saturday when he fought, Monday, you should have been signing that paperwork. All right, we're gonna fight. Let's go, let's get it cracking. Because that's how you was acting. You know what I'm saying? All we can go off is your energy. That's how you was acting months prior. As soon as Errol Spence said, I want to fight Terrence Crawford, that's the fight that's next. I want that belt. I'm going to take your belt. That Monday, when Monday came, or when that, you should have been like, hey, I already signed. I signed some notebook paper and sent it to you. I don't know. Get the likes up. Let's go. Let's go, kinfolk. So that's all I'm saying, bro. His energy is off. I know we didn't bounce around topics, you know what I mean? But all I'm saying is, dude energy ain't the same. That's just what it is. His energy ain't the same, bro. You know what I mean? But in which It's been pointed out. You can go look and see. He say this one day, he say this another day. He say this one day, he say this another day. Slime season, that's a good question. I don't think they believe Errol was scared. I think they made him believe, and he still believes that Errol Spence is gonna be an easy fight. Because they believe that Errol Spence is a one-dimensional fighter. If you think about it, what did Bomac say after Errol Spence won against Ugas? We gonna beat the shit out of Errol Spence. That's what he tweeted. Right? They believe that Errol Spence is a one-dimensional fighter, and they believe that Errol Spence basically is a rock'em sock'em robot fighter, and they believe that they're gonna sit there and have a field day with Errol. That's what they believe. What they don't realize is Errol Spence is a all-around fighter and can fight many different ways, many different styles. That's just what it is. And he don't get enough credit for that. You know what I mean? The dude got a lot in his arsenal as a fighter. You know what I mean? He got a lot in his arsenal. A whole lot in his arsenal. And I think Terence Crawford is the fighter that can bring it out of him. You know what I mean? That's just the truth. But they believe that Errol Spence is a basic fighter. I mean, what have they been saying? Errol Spence is basic. That's what they believe. Now, I do believe they did not think that Errol Spence was gonna beat Ugas like that. I do, and I think they were shocked. I mean, they even showed Terence Crawford after the fight when he was sitting on the couch. He was watching the fight with another fighter. I forgot. And Errol Spence called Terence Crawford out, and Terence Crawford just sat there and kind of nodded his head a little bit. You see what I'm saying? I mean, Bud in trouble, man. That's all I can say. I mean, I don't know how else to word it. Bud is in trouble. He in trouble. But like I said, man, I'm doing this for y'all. What y'all think? You know what I mean? I'm here for y'all. I mean, I've been talking, running my mouth. I want to hear what y'all viewpoint is. What y'all think about this, man? You know, I had a couple people ask me to do a live. I did it. And, you know, I'm going to keep this going. You know, my channel, you know, we here to talk boxing. We here to talk, you know, freely. So, you know, let's run it up. Let y'all ask y'all questions or, you know, start something up and we'll do that. That's facts. That's facts. Man, look. Don't be shocked though if this fight is one-sided. That's all I'm saying. Don't be shocked if this fight is one-sided. Period. Don't be shocked if Errol Spence get in there and just beat the dog shit out of that boy. Hey, much respect, Jason Williams. Like I say, bro, on my channel, we men. So we not gonna agree on everything, you know what I'm saying? But it's sports, you know what I mean? It's cool. Like, I'm not gonna, if somebody came in here and told me, hey, they disagree, they think Terence Crawford can beat Errol Spence, you better articulate why you feel that way. You know what I mean? Just like I'm articulating why I feel like Errol Spence would beat Terence Crawford. You know? But that's an opinion. But we got these bud buddies that come in here that want to kind of water down the facts to make Terence Crawford look like he just invincible. And it's like, no, bro, he's not invincible. I see a lot of flaws in his game, just like Errol Spence has flaws in his game. But I feel like Errol Spence has more in his arsenal and will have the better game plan to expose Terence Crawford's flaws. Errol Spence has a better jab. Errol Spence has more power. Errol Spence has more power. Errol Spence better shot placement and has a better coach and is better conditioned. That's all. That's all I need to see. I actually think is in my, and I'm just keeping it real on my channel. I think, in my opinion, Errol Spence gonna come out fast, and he gonna put it on Bud early. That's what I think. Me personally, I think he gonna come out fast and put on Bud early because Bud is a slow starter. You know what I mean? Bud do have good timing though, so Bud gonna counter him. You know what I mean? But I think that Errol Spence gonna come out fast. He gonna come out fast, throwing that jab, backing Bud up. That's what I think. He gonna back Bud up. Bud gonna be on the ropes a lot. You know, I do see Bud having some success, but I see maybe the first 3 rounds gonna go to Errol. Bud might warm up in the 4th round. You know what I mean? But I see the first 3 rounds going to Errol. I just think Errol gonna come in there. Yeah, I mean, if Bud can't hurt Errol gonna keep coming. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I think Errol gonna exactly slime. I think Errol gonna win the first 3 rounds. I think Bud may heat up in the 4th and the 5th. If Bud ain't got nothing that can hurt Errol, I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I'm sorry. Exactly round 7. That's a good analysis. Round 7, I feel like if Bud don't hurt Errol and get Errol, it's done deal. You say round 10, I say about round. I say between 8 and 10. That's a good analogy. 8 and 10. You know what I mean? I just think that Errol gonna start fast. He gonna come out there fast, pumping that jab. Bud gonna have to come out and do something uncharacteristic, like fight fast, which I don't think that's gonna be beneficial. You know what I mean, for him. And that's not who he is. He particularly likes to collect data and see what you're doing. But I don't know, Bud. Like I say, 4th or 5th round, I see Bud heating up. But if he ain't got nothing for Errol, like he ain't doing nothing to make Errol respect his power or anything like that, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Exactly, and that's a great point. Hey, that slime, that's a good point. And I agree with that. Because the only way, I say this, the only way Bud beat Errol is if he out boxing. That's just what I don't see Bud knocking out Errol. I just don't see it. If Bud do that, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be shocked. If Bud knock out Errol Spence, I'll be shocked. I'm not gonna lie. Exactly, P. If Bud knock out Errol Spence, I'll be shocked. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be shocked. Now, if Bud like win a decision, I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I mean? Nah, it's boxing. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? Exactly, D-Time. Exactly. And I'm just saying, bro, at the end of the day, y'all Bud buddies gotta respect the IQ of Errol Spence and the skill set of Errol Spence. He's the most disrespected when it comes to that. Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all feel like Errol Spence is disrespected? Y'all feel like his skill set is disrespected? D-Town, what you think about that, bro? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Hit that like button. D-Town, what you think about that? Slime, what you think about that, man? What y'all think about that? Errol's different. You can't really prepare for Errol's. You know what I mean? I don't care. He's a different type of fighter. Exactly. And look, and King Jr., you talking about Bud's not the same for 140. He's not. But who did he fight at 140 that was an elite fighter? That's what I keep saying. Who did he fight at 140 that was elite? Who could you say at 140 on his road to undisputed? You say, damn, that boy there, if you put him in any weight class, he gonna do his damn thing. Who? He ain't fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm pointing out, bro. You know, they want to throw up Victor Postal and who did he fight? He danced around Victor Postal. You know what I mean? And I saw one comment, a dude said that Bud gonna do Errol like they did Victor Postal. Stop playing, bro. Well, Bruce 5, we can still right here talent. Question about something where the league fighter Bruce 5. Jason Williams. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question first. So Boots hasn't fought in the elite fighter, but the difference between Terrence Crawford and Bruce Ennis is Terrence Crawford is deep off in his career. He's well established. People already know who he is. People still trying to figure out who Bruce Ennis is. You know what I mean? Like Bruce Ennis is still building his name up. You know what I mean? He's still looked at as, although his skill level, his talent is, you could look at his talent and be like, damn, that boy he got elite talent. But he's still developing his profile, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Bud Crawford's profile was already developed. He was undisputed at a previous weight class. How you see Bud? All right, I'm answering in a minute. I'm talking about, I'm answering Jason Williams. So to answer your question, yeah, Jason, you still keep evaluating elite talent, but Bud is already developed product, whereas Boots, he's still figuring things out. If that makes sense, if I answered your question. Joey, I agree with you. King Jr. brought up a topic. He said Bud versus Ennis. So Bud versus Boots. And he's saying he sees Boots. He said he got in. He's saying beat Boots. He don't see Bud beating Boots. That's a tough one because they got similar styles. The only thing I can say is Boots is big. He big for the welterweight division. And Bud wouldn't fight Boots Ennis. He wouldn't even step in the ring with that type of dude. Nah, I'm being. He won't fight Boots. He's not even gonna give him that type of satisfaction. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the truth. I don't see Bud. Look, if Bud beat Errol Spence, because Boots Ennis is, I think, the IBF mandatory. If Bud beat Errol Spence, Bud gonna drop all them belts and move up. That's just what he's not gonna look to fight no Boots Ennis. He not even thinking about no Boots Ennis. He don't care about Boots. He don't want no smoke with that boy. But if I had to pick, I would go with Boots. Only because Boots is a true switch hitter. I literally watched him throw combinations and switch mid-combination. Whereas Bud, he comes out the corner. You know what I mean? He come out the corner orthodox, or he come out the corner southpaw. I literally seen Boots mid-combination switch from southpaw to orthodox. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, this boy's a fool. But to get back on the Errol Spence thing, Errol Spence's skill is disrespected. People think that Errol Spence is a rock'em sock'em fighter. They don't see the skill set. You know what I mean? And like D-Town Boxing is doing right now, he's actually making videos breaking down Errol Spence's skill set. You know what I mean? I've made videos talking about that. But y'all go watch D-Town Boxing. He's going into depth of the importance of certain punches, like the jab that Errol Spence has. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence's skill set is disrespected. That's just what it is. And I feel like this fight against Terence Crawford will vindicate when Errol Spence is successful against Terence Crawford. This will basically show the skill level of Errol Spence. And see, Jason, I respect that. See, we got a Terence Crawford supporter in here, but and I respect you, Jason, for, you know, keeping it 1,000. Errol versus Boots. Hey, you know what? We're gonna talk about that on the live tomorrow. Errol's compared to Bud Spence trash, bro. See what I'm saying? Irony Barnes. What's your name? Irony Aloni Barnes. This what I'm talking about. It's the Bud Buddies. He the king. Everybody look at Lonnie Barnes and y'all type trash in the comment section. Cause Bud ain't here to lost his mind. See, he not even a realistic. Hey, Lonnie Barnes, you need to go talk to Jason Williams, man. Go talk to him, cause he a Bud fan, but he keep it 1,000. Lonnie Barnes ain't talking about Errol Spence's trash. Come on, man, stop playing. Get off the gas, bro. Go on talk to Jason Williams, man. Learn how to conduct yourself. That's all right. Hey, the next live, I'm gonna make some. We're gonna get some. I'm gonna assign some people some roles so they can start blocking these damn casuals in here. That boy Lonnie Barnes has lost his mind, bro. So Lonnie Barnes, after the fight, when Errol Spence stopped Bud Crawford, I'm gonna send an ambulance to your house because I know you're gonna kill yourself after Errol Spence stopped that boy. All right. You the main one who keep commenting on my stuff. Advocate for Bud spreading all that cap. Stop playing, bro. That boy gonna commit suicide. Hey, man. Hey, everybody put trash, man. Put trash towards Lonnie Barnes. Because that comment was trash. Matter of fact, forget putting trash. Put an ambulance in the comment section. Because I'm telling you, Cuz gonna commit suicide, man. Errol Spence hiding behind PBC. Anyway, Lonnie, All I'm saying is at the end of the day, bro, before I was interrupted by that casual in there. All I'm saying is that Errol Spence skill set is very underrated. And they highlight Bud as his skill set as being superior. And according to Roy Jones Jr., he's done more in the sport. I'm like, I mean, at 147 and Errol Spence need to do. I'm telling you, when I heard that comment, bro, I was like, this nigga supposed to be a Hall of Fame fighter. Exactly. Bud ain't signed a contract yet. Roy Jones Jr. is supposed to be a Hall of Fame fighter. Yeah, D-Town, we need to do that, man. We're going to set that up. Errol Spence is a Hall of Fame fighter, bro. I mean, not Errol Spence. Well, he is. Roy Jones Jr. is a Hall of Fame fighter, and this boy talking about Errol Spence need to do more at 147. Exactly. Is try my guy Spence Duncan. Spence Duncan, but the main dude you talking. See, I'm finna cook this nigga. So, Lonnie, you say Spence Duncan, but the main dude that you protecting came out and said that Errol Spence is not Duncan. Make that make sense. This is your opportunity to explain yourself. You say Errol Spence is Duncan, but the main dude that you are advocating for said he ain't Duncan. Make that make sense. Explain yourself. Explain the dude that you protect. Explain Terrence Crawford's statement. Explain that. I'm finna cook you. I got my chef stuff on. Let's get it cracking. Explain yourself. Explain why your dude, Bud Crawford, sat there and said, hey, bro, Errol Spence is not ducking me. You right, Jason. But I'm saying that Buddy came in here. He came in here trying to cause confusion and smoking mirrors. These Bud buddies, man, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know if it's the time of the month. I don't know if y'all got, you need some Midol. I got daughters, you know what I mean? My oldest daughter, she do her woman thing. I don't know if y'all in the Midol or tampon, whatever. Crawford trying to do whatever to take to get the fight. I can't tell. Because he should have signed the fight that Monday after Errol Spence beat Ugas. But you still ain't explained why you say Errol Spence is ducking, but the person you vouching for said he ain't ducking. Make that make sense. Exactly, Easton. That's what I'm saying, Chris. He would have been signed that contract. So explain yourself. If Errol Spence is ducking, why did the dude you are advocating for say he isn't ducking? I'm waiting for Barnes. Slime season, good point. We finna cook now. We finna cook. So, Barnes, you not answering my question, bro. You talking about other stuff. Why haven't you explained that the statement of Bud Crawford saying Errol Spence is not ducking? You say Errol Spence is ducking. Why did the dude you advocate for say he isn't ducking? And he wants the fight. Explain yourself. Yeah, he ducking like Bud. He ducking the question because he knows. This boy know what it is, man. But Slime Season, you made a good point, man. You made a good point. You know what, you right. Lonnie Bones ain't no Bud fan. He a Spence hater. That's all it is. He ain't even watched no Bud Crawford fights. Come on, Barnes. We waiting on you, bro. Me and 38 other people waiting on 37, because I know you make 38. He never watched no Bud fight. He watched Spence fight. He ain't never watched no Bud fight. He probably can't even articulate how Bud. What do you think his next move should be? Jason Williams, Spence wins. I think that Errol Spence should move up to 154 and campaign at 154. Hit that like button. I think Errol Spence should go to 154. Exactly. Buddy ducking. He can't even answer the question. Why are you saying Errol Spence is ducking when the dude you defended said he ain't ducking? Yeah, he watched highlights. That's what I'm saying. Bud ain't watched no Bud Crawford fights. He watched Errol's fights. You think Mel gonna drop some belts? I think Mel will move up to 160 if Errol move up to 154. I think he waiting to see what Errol gonna do. If Errol fight, when Errol Spence fights Terence Crawford and beats Terence Crawford, become undisputed and goes up to 54, then I think Mel will go up to 160 because they're not gonna fight each other. They even said they're not gonna fight each other. Although Errol said he'll do it for if the right dollar amount. If the right dollar amount was in the Porter exposed Spencer Ray, then he crossed the street and fight Crawford and make his biggest payday. Porter exposed Errol. Where? Where did he expose Errol at? Okay, so let's talk about that fight. Errol Spence, before the fight, what did he tell you? I'm gonna fight Porter at his own game, right? He literally went in there and fought Sean Porter like Sean Porter and beat him. What are you talking about? Beat him. Beat a prime Sean Porter. A prime Sean Porter. The Sean Porter that your dude fought wouldn't even last 2 rounds with Errol Spence. Errol Spence fought a prime champion Sean Porter. While the Sean Porter you fought, for starters, Bud didn't want to fight Sean Porter. They had to go to purse bid, and they had to make that fight happen. Let's keep it 1,000. Exactly, King Jr. He don't know boxing. Here to cause confusion. Let's keep it a stack. And you still ain't answer my question, bro. But Slime Season pointed this out. Hey, Slime Season pointed this out. Shout out to Buddy. And 7 coaches, exactly. That boy Porter had to go get Barry Hunter, bro. Another Hall of Fame coach. You understand that? Barry Hunter coached Errol Spence in the Olympics. He know Errol Spence. He taught Errol Spence some of the stuff. I know Derek James basically fine-tuned. Barry Hunter coached Errol Spence in the Olympics. What are we talking about? He know Errol Spence. He know what. This is the thing. These coaches, when they coach you, when they develop you as a fighter, they know. Exactly. These coaches, they know what makes you tick. They know everything about you as a fighter. So Porter went and got Barry Hunter, a guy who coached Errol Spence in the Olympics. Shawn Porter's dad also was on that Olympic team. All right? Yep, and exactly. Errol did have a Mexican coach. So like I said, at the end of the day, like, Shawn Porter got these coaches who know the mechanics of Errol Spence. Errol Spence still beat that boy. Exactly. They speak real highly of Errol. Barry Hunter, you ask him to talk about Errol Spence. When Errol Spence beat Shawn Porter, what did Barry Hunter do? He went over there and hugged Errol Spence, you know what I mean, and was talking to him. And he said Errol Spence is like his son. He looks at him like that. Man, come on, man. Like, man, don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is at the end of the day, exactly. Errol Spence fought a prime Shawn Porter. Y'all forget, Shawn Porter, when he fought Errol Spence, was motivated. What was people saying? Errol Spence gonna knock him out. Errol Spence, I'm gonna knock him out. Shawn Porter came to that fight with the underdog mentality. He wanted to beat Errol Spence. He was training for months before that fight. He knew what it was. He knew he was gonna fight Errol Spence. He knew that. These fighters be knowing, just like the winner of the Spence and Porter fight was gonna fight Danny Garcia. That's why Danny Garcia was in the ring. They knew all this stuff. Porter knew, I'm potentially gonna have to fight this dude, or I am fighting him. They made that fight happen. Porter was motivated, hearing all the down talk and the negative talk that was put on him. And guess what happened? He fought his tail off. He went above and beyond expectations. Just like, and this is off topic, Rolly. What was people saying about Rolly before he fought Tank? Man, Rolly finna get knocked out. He still got knocked out, but he performed better than what people expected. That's the same thing with Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter fought, that was the best version of Shawn Porter in his career as far as fighting. He went to another level and he still couldn't beat Errol Spence. But Errol Spence got exposed, but this nigga hitting he dancing how them Dallas boys be doing. I ain't gonna lie, I think so too, Jason. I ain't gonna hold you. But all I'm saying is, Rolly did go above expectations. Exactly, Peter. He beat the whole camp. Errol Spence was dancing. I'm telling you, D-Type Box, you know what I'm talking about? Anybody from Dallas know what I'm talking about? That boy was hitting that Dallas boogie in the corner. Boy came out the corner hitting the Dallas boogie and got busy. And I think that's the same round he dropped Porter in. He said Spence beats Bud and he moves up. Who do you think Spence fights at 154 for Fedor Jr. and Luis Castano? I think that if Spence moves up, he might. I can see him fighting Castano. I don't think J-Rock will fight Errol Spence, in my opinion. I think Errol, if he move up, he gonna wanna. He that's the thing about Spence. Spence ain't gonna want no light touches. I can see Spence fighting a Castano. You know what I mean? Because Castano beat Spence in the amateur. So I think Spence will want his get back. You know what I mean? I think Spence and Castano is a firefighter. But I don't see. I think Spence, if he move up, he gonna want smoke. Exactly. That Shawn Porter that showed up that night against Errol Spence, and I know we bouncing around, but I'm just answering your comments. I think that Shawn Porter that fought Errol Spence would beat Thurman, Bud, and Danny Garcia. think he fight Tony Harrison. I think Errol Spence will stop Tony Harrison. I don't think Tony Harrison will fight him. I like Tony Harrison. I think Errol stopped Tony Harrison. It would be a great fight. Errol versus Fundura. Yeah, that'd be a good fight. Yeah, get them likes up, man. It's what, 38 people in here? He's getting a little reckless with his mouth. You should stay home quieter in the gym. Devin Haney, what'd he say? I haven't I ain't been listening. I mean, I kind of heard something about Tank, but Draco Ellis, I ain't gonna lie. If Errol fight Tony Harrison at 154, I see Errol stopping him early. Y'all want to talk about Haney versus Tank? Like future fight? What y'all want to do? Y'all want to talk about that real quick? Y'all want to segue into that? Errol versus Canelo, and did you know PBC wanted to make that fight happen? Yeah. I heard that they offered Canelo, Charlo, Benavidez, and third fight could be an Errol Spence fight. Canelo ain't fighting Errol Spence. This the thing with Devin and Tank. We're gonna segue into that real quick. I know this video primarily was for Bud Crawford, and then like I got about a couple more minutes, then I gotta get back to this work. We're gonna segue into Devin versus Tank real quick. The reason why that's another big fight. So that's the next big fight. You know what I mean? You got Spence Crawford, and then you got Haney versus Tank. Right? That's the next big fight. The problem I have with that is it's going to be hard to make because Devin is undisputed. But Tank is a bigger star and sells out arenas. So I don't know how that fight get made. But if I had to pick a fight, if I had to pick a winner, my bad, in that fight, I'm going to have to go with I will have to go with Tank. I will go with Tank 10th round. Because Tank got skills. You know what I mean? I will have to go with Tank. What y'all think? You know, y'all post who y'all would go with, Tank versus Haney. I see a couple people say Haney. Some people say Tank. Yeah, I think Tank got skills, bro, and that's the thing. Like that's something that's highly underestimated by Tank Davis is his skill. He's a very skillful fighter. Tank is skilled, but I don't think he will have success because Haney hard to hit. I could see that. I mean, I could see that. It's one of them fights where like it's tough. But I just look at like Tank just need that one opportunity. And if he land, it's a wrap. Like it's done. You know what I mean? He can't explain, dude. Just hate for no apparent reason. Who you talking about, Jamel? Who you talking about? That's the problem. Nobody on 35 got the power to keep Tank honest. Maybe not even 40. The most dangerous guy out there on 40. Facts. These young guys can't take a shot like Tank. I agree. Tank was 5'10". Stop him. Facts. Tank didn't have skills really could battle. Exactly. I just think I just think like with Tank, I put with Tank like oh yeah, Bonds. Man, Bonds the left up out of here, man. He know. I think Floyd would have liked to sign Devin. You know what I mean? But he got Tank. But you know how? Look, there's rumors that Devin beat up Tank in sparring, right? But sparring is different than a real fight. You know what I mean? There's rumors about Floyd getting beat up in sparring by certain fighters. You know what I mean? But when you get under them lights and all them people around, it's different. You know what I mean? You know, it's different. Tank at 47, Tank he too little, man. I mean, his power, I believe his power would translate up. The problem is you got guys like Boots Ennis at 147. So just imagine Boots Ennis in there with Tank. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I think Tank, those are 50-50 fights. Tank against Prograis, now against Antoine Russell Jr., Gary Antoine Russell Jr. Right now, I think Tank will beat him. But if Russell Jr. continue to work on his skill, because Antoine Russell, his defense is questionable. You know what I mean? He's used to being, the bigger guy, but he ain't used to fighting guys with the skill level as Tank. You know what I mean? I would like to see Tank against Gary Russell Jr. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Shakur, yeah, man. Shakur is I can see Shakur tough, bro. You know what I mean? Shakur is tough, man. He be down here in Houston doing this thing. Him and Jared, Big Baby Anderson. Man, it's tough, man. You know what I'm saying? He get caught one good time, so for him. I agree. But what y'all think about the live, man? Y'all think I should go live mode? Like, what's up? Y'all give me feedback, man. Like, what y'all think I need to work on? What y'all think that give me some topics. I'm probably gonna go live tomorrow, so give me some topics that y'all want to talk about. I'm gonna go live tomorrow around the same time. You know what I mean? So y'all let me know like what y'all want to talk about, so that way we can run right into it. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Well, I'm gonna get to this homework, man. I appreciate all y'all for real. This is my first live. I'm gonna go live tomorrow around about 6:30. You know what I mean? So if you're able to attend, man, come in here. I'm probably tomorrow. I'm gonna start assigning people as to be my moderators to get these trolls out of my chat. You know what I mean? Um, like Peter, Tony, King Jr., Slime Season. Y'all most likely gonna be the people that's gonna get these fools out of there. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody for joining my live. Like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna go live by 6:30. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all be blessed, all right? Much respect to y'all. Have a good night.